the legendary lost city of Dwarka. Now, this is a story where ancient myth crashes right into modern science. And what's being found under the Arabian Sea? Well, it just might rewrite everything we thought we knew about the dawn of civilization. This line right here from ancient texts, it just sends a chill down your spine, doesn't it? It's the legend that has captivated people for thousands of years. A magnificent, golden city, the capital of Lord Krishna, just swallowed whole by the ocean. For centuries, everyone thought it was just a powerful story. But what if it was more than that? And that is the incredible puzzle we are piecing together today. You have the timeline of the myth, about 5,000 years old, and then you have this stunning archaeological find that's dated to 9,500 years old. That massive gap, well, that's where things get really, really interesting. Okay, so let's start at the very beginning. Before we get into any of the sonar scans or the carbon dating, we really need to understand the myth itself. This is the powerful story that sparked this entire centuries-long quest in the first place. So the name Dwarka literally means gateway. And according to the Mahabharata, Krishna actually asked the sea to pull back to give him 12 yojana of land. That's an ancient unit of measurement, roughly 80 miles. So he could build this incredible fortress city. The idea was that this wasn't just a capital. It was meant to be a huge international port, a true gateway to the world. But the story ends just as dramatically as it begins. The legend says that after the Great War, a curse was laid, and the ocean rose up and took back the land it had given. In one catastrophic event, the entire city vanished beneath the waves, becoming a legend whispered through the ages, just gone. For thousands of years, that's all Dwarka was, a matter of faith, a story. But then, in the 1980s, a pioneering archaeologist named Dr. S.R. Rao decided to go looking for actual physical proof. And check this out. Look at what his team found. We're talking about the foundations of a planned city, beautifully dressed stone structures, and a massive wall over half a kilometer long. But the really crucial finds were these Harappan-style stone anchors. They were dated to around 1500 BCE, which lined up perfectly with the traditional age of the Mahabharata. For the very first time, this wasn't just a myth anymore. There was hard evidence. But then, in 2001, everything we thought we knew got turned on its head. India's National Institute of Ocean Technology was doing a routine survey way out in the Gulf of Cambay, nowhere near the original site, and they stumbled onto something that would challenge the entire history of human civilization. Now get this. They weren't even looking for a lost city. They were just monitoring pollution levels, but the sonar images that started coming back from the seabed, well, they were showing something that was absolutely 100% not natural. This slide shows you exactly why they were so shocked. On the left, that's a normal seabed. It's all irregular, kind of random. And on the right, that's what the sonar found. Perfectly straight lines, 90-degree angles, a grid pattern that was nearly 5 kilometers long. Nature just doesn't work like that. The symmetry was undeniable. And here it is, the number that just blew everyone's minds. A dredger pulled up some artifacts from the site, including a piece of wood. When they carbon dated it, the result was staggering, 9,500 years old. I mean, to put that in perspective, that is thousands of years older than the pyramids in Egypt. But, and this is a big but, here's where the story gets complicated. A lot of archaeologists were quick to say, hold on, because the artifacts were dredged up, not carefully excavated. And that makes it really hard to be certain about the age of the site itself. So, you'd think a discovery this huge would rewrite every history textbook on the planet, right? But it didn't. The scientific debate over the evidence got pretty intense, and after the initial media buzz, the story just kind of vanished. For 20 years, this mind-blowing find was basically ignored, which created a whole new mystery. That is, until now. In 2025, after all those years of silence, the Archaeological Survey of India has gone back to the waters off Dwarka. And this time, they're armed with brand new technology and a renewed mission to finally get some answers. And this is a totally systematic, high-tech investigation. As you can see, they're starting by mapping the entire seabed with side-scan sonar. Then they use something called photogrammetry to build these amazing 3D models of any structures they find. After that, they can use advanced techniques to date artifacts and finally go in for targeted excavations. The goal is to build a clear, scientific picture of what is actually down there. And they're already making some serious progress. The team is led by Professor Alok Tripathi, and what's really cool is that the core dive team includes a majority of women archaeologists. They've already found more Harappan-style anchors and pottery, and the early dating on some of the stonework is putting it right back in that 1500 to 1800 BCE timeline, which lines up with SR Rao's original finds. They're basically zeroing in on the best spots for much bigger dig when the seas calm down this winter. To really understand the passion behind the search, you have to look beyond the waves and back to the shore. Because in the modern city of Dwarka, this legend isn't just history, it is a living, breathing faith. Today, the city is one of the 4 holiest pilgrimage sites in all of Hinduism. Millions of people flock to the incredible 2,500-year-old Dwarkadish temple. They visit Bet Dwarka Island, which is believed to have been Krishna's personal home, and they perform rituals in the sacred Gomti River. So what you should really take away from this is that the search is about so much more than just finding old stones. Every single anchor, every piece of pottery, every wall they find under the water, it's a potential bridge connecting a deeply held spiritual belief to a tangible physical past. So we're left with these 2 incredible possibilities. You have the 3,500-year-old ruins right off the coast of modern Dwarka, which seem to match the myth's timeline perfectly. And then you have this potential 9,500-year-old city in the Gulf of Cambay. Are they 2 different stories? Or are they somehow part of the same story, a civilization that stretches back way further than we ever dreamed? As the archaeologists get ready for their next dive, it leaves us with one final big question. Is history a story that's already been written? Or is it one that's still just waiting to be found?